I'm Steve Amber and I'm Barbara Klein with Exploration in VOA Special English. Today, we explore the clear blue waters around the island of the Bahamas to learn about the exciting sport of scuba diving. The word scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Knowing how to dive opens up an entire underwater world of coral, fish, and other creatures. Join us. We learn the basics of diving, talk to an expert, and say hello to sharks. Imagine swimming in clear blue waters as you look at small, brightly colored fish and the striking shape of coral organisms. The underwater world is quick except for the sound of you breathing. When you breathe out, you see many shining air bubbles floating upwards towards the surface of the waters. Since humans are not designed to see and breathe underwater, scuba diving requires several pieces of important equipment. Scuba divers must wear a mask in order to be able to see underwater. The mask creates an airspace that protects the eyes and nose. Scuba divers breathe with the help of a regulator, which brings air to the mouth when they inhale. The regulator is attached to an air tank that is placed on the diver's back. There is an extra regulator called an octopus, which is used in case of emergency situation. Divers also wear a BCD or buoyancy control device to control how much they float or sink. A pressure gauge device tells the diver how much air is left in the air tank. Or a dive computer can calculate how much air is left as well as a diver's depth and the length of time he or she can stay underwater. Divers wear scuba fins on their feet to help them move easily and quickly through water. Many divers also wear a wetsuit in order to stay warm underwater. To learn how to use all of this equipment, it helps to go to dive school. Becoming a certificate diver requires taking 3 series of lessons. New divers must learn about the physics and safety of diving, and they must practice diving skill first in a closed water area and then on actual beginner dives. Several organizations offer official diving certification. Scuba diving for fun first became possible with the development of the aqualung by Jacques Cousteau and Emily Gagnon in the early 1940s. In the United States, articles in popular magazines about Cousteau and his underwater exploration methods helped bring attention to scuba diving. Because of the cost of the equipment, diving did not become a widely available sport until years later. Taking diving classes and becoming certified are important for knowing how to dive safely. For example, you need to know how to put a regulator back in your mouth if it falls out underwater. And you need to know how to clear your mics if it fills with water. There are many other safety issues to consider when diving. For example, when going down deeper in the water, a diver must be careful to equalize the pressure in his or her ears. This is done by holding the nose and blowing very gently. Other ways, the extreme pressure from the surrounding water can cause damage to the middle ear and sinus. The compression sickness is a major concern for divers. The deeper in divers goes, the more pressure the surrounding water puts on the volume of the air inside his or her lungs, and the deeper a dive, the more nitrogen gas goes in the diver blood. For safety reasons, a diver must measure the length of his or her dive based on its depth so as not to exceed a safe amount of nitrogen absorption. When divers rise to return to the water surface, they must continue the breath and rise no faster than the air bubbles around them. For very deep dives, they must stop and decompress at certain levels. This is why the highly pressurized air in the diver's lungs has time to leave the body before it expands. If a diver rises to the surface too quickly, he or she can become extremely ill with decompression sickness, also known as the bends. Another important aspect to diving is having a buddy system. By having a diving partner, you can watch over one another and help each other if there is an accident. One important diving rule is to never touch any of the sea leaves. This rule is both to protect the dinner and to protect the underwater environment. For example, there is a reason why coral reef is named. Skin of coral causes a painful burning feeling if touched. A diver could also be cut by touching a sharp piece of coral. Coral may seem hard like stone, but it is actually a very fiery organism. It can be damaged if divers touch or stand on in it. In order to protect the beautiful coral reef system, divers must treat them with care. I think everyone takes a different experience away from diving. I think what they love about diving could be the color of the ocean, could be the peacefulness, it could be a gamut of things. Everyone is different. That was Tito Baldwin, a research diver from the Bahamas who has been diving for almost 30 years. He has done everything from diving to explore underwater shipwrecks to depths 80 meters deep. It might not surprise you to know Tito Baldwin's favorite place in the world to dive. Anywhere in the Bahamas, because the Bahamas is probably the most beautiful water. The further south you get away from civilization, fast your tone down to the plain hosty like the Inagua, where it's untouched by humus. It's just vibrant, alive, colorful, fish everywhere. You get some pretty good extreme diving. You've got good walls. You've got good tunnels and caverns. They are rakes, everything you call possible images. We went on a short dive with Tito Balvin in an area of Bahamas held in exhumates. The dive site, known as Dangar Reef, is just south of Indigo Island. The water there was very rough, but once you flip backwards of the boat and enter the water, you enter a calm and colorful world. The main purpose of this dive was to see the many Caribbean reef sharks that gather in this area. These sharks have a rounded and short snout and big round eyes. They eat mainly bony fish. A fully grown female Caribbean reef shark measures about 2 to 3 meters, while a grown male measures 1.5 meters or more in length. It is very exciting and a little bit stranger diving among the sharks. You feel as though you should be afraid, even though the sharks are not aggressive at all. The sharks just swim around, watching what is going on around them. At the reef, there were also many large Nassau grouper and yellowfin grouper fish. If you float about the large coral formation, you can examine the smaller creatures swimming in the reef. The big, yellow, and purple fish caught in the fiery basket look like smile swimming jewels. Mannequins of fish swim in out of the brine coral, acorn coral, and sea fans, which wave gently with the current. Back on the boat, we asked Tito Baldwin more about the safety of diving with sharks. Tito Baldwin, when you get in the water with sharks, people are automatically safer because they seen jaws. They see all these crazy movies, but sharks are just like every other animals in the water. They are fatigued of human beings. We were 2 feet away from 5-foot shark and they were just kind of circling around us like everything else in the water. The groupers were close to us. The sharks were close to us. The yellow tail were close to us.